Hi everyone, I'm just going to show how to use Teams a little bit today. That way tomorrow when you take the exam, you'll be able to do everything in class notebook. You can use calculators. I'm going to post the review sheet I gave last time. This is all, the calculator links are under posts. I'm not going to show that right now. I don't want to show any students' names for privacy concerns. But we have those posted a couple of times. It's free. You should be able to get them on Chromebooks if you're using a school Chromebook. And it's the same exact calculator you would get on a state exam. It's the same exact one that we use in class as well. So you are familiar with them. You have to physically press the buttons with your mouse. So I can show this on mine if I wanted to. So if I wanted to say enter a quadratic equation, just press y equals x squared. And also make this bigger if I want. Say plus 2x minus 6. You can graph it normally. You can get the table the same way we normally would. So this is free right now. Texas Instrument, in order to accommodate for distance learning, has made the calculator you use in class free for a few months. I'm also going to quickly remind us, if we wanted to find, I'm going to zoom out, if we wanted to say find our minimums or our solutions, we just do second trace. Solutions are also known as zeros. So we do second trace 2. Go to the left of your first 0. Press enter. Go to the right of it. Press enter. Press enter. And you'll get your answer. If you wanted to find your other solution, or when we are working with non-projectile motion problems. Remember, with projectile motion, you only have positive solution. So if I want my other one, I go second trace 0 or 2. Go to the right, so right before the point, right to the left of the point, enter, move to the right of the point, enter, enter, and you get your solution. You can also find the minimum or the maximum. In this case, we have a frown, so it's a minimum. So we will do second trace 3. We want to be to the left of the point. Then we go to the right of the point. Enter, enter, and you get your minimum as -7. You could also find these using the formulas we've been given, which I will post. Or if you just want to use the calculator, this might be easier. So that's really all you need in regards to the calculator portion. The other one would be, actually, if you wanted to do the quadratic formula, remember we do, I think it's alpha y, get a fraction, so 1. I can type my b value, so I would have, say, in this case I had a as 1, b as 2, c as -6. So I have -2 plus second square root. I want in parentheses b squared minus 4 times a is 1 times c is -6 all over 2a, a is 1, This will give us one solution. We can also do, some of you use the arrows to scroll up and select, and then change it to minus. And then we get our second solution. So this covers using the graph to help you. This covers using the quadratic formula to help you. You could also do second enter to get your last equation. That's just another quick option. I'm going to switch back into Teams. So in the notebook, if you're on a browser or on the computer application, it'll be posts, files, and class notebook. This is where you can go. If you click this arrow, okay. So when you click that arrow, it pulls up this menu. It'll have welcome space, welcome, collaboration space, content library where I'll post some files if need be. Generally, I will post everything in the welcome, as we have with the day one worksheet, the day one review, and the day one video notes. If you click one of these, it will bring you to a different page. So I had just clicked the day one review and then hid the window. This is the sheet that I gave I think it was the last Monday we saw each other. This is the review that you need for the Chapter 8 test. Has all of the different vocab, all of the different equations we used. So this is something you can use when you complete the test. The day one video is also there to help you go through the review worksheet, which is a lot like the test you're going to take. So if you can do that review sheet, you can do the test. Now, if I wanted to, say, do a exam, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to post this in here. I'm going to do that tomorrow. But in your page, so you would click the arrow. When you click the arrow, you also see your name. So right now we have my guest account still in here. So if that was me, I'd click this, and then it will pull up these 4 tabs. You can click into them to get to different pages. If you click one of them, it'll bring up a new little sidebar. You can click one of them to pull up the actual book. So if you had a bunch of quizzes, you pull the quizzes. If you were doing some notes, you could do it in here. I'm going to figure out how to get these posted in your quizzes tomorrow. That's my goal for today. So in quizzes, you will get a page. It'll probably be called quadratic test. And then it'll be on this white space here. Okay, I'm going to say insert, I want a file printout, I believe. So it'll have something like this on the page. If you were to go to draw, if you wanted to physically write on this page, you can click the black, the blue, the green, or the red for the ink color. You could do a different color. Try and stick with black or blue for me. I'm going to modify parts of it to accommodate for the new environment. But you can also just write on here. So you might write axis of symmetry. Well, we'd know. You'd go and you'd say, well, this is x equals negative b over 2a. And then you could plug all that in and get the right answer. So you get negative 2 for b. And then this would be 2 times 1. So this would just be negative 1. If you do your work on paper, or you just do it all in a calculator, and all you want to do is write the answer, that's fine. As long as you have the right answer, I will grade it correct. You could also, on the side, if you are not clicked on the picture over the side, you can press an open space, and you might say type axis of symmetry equals -1. All of our answers will be typable, so that's not going to be a problem. And you can just type all this into your book, and then I'll just check your notebook when I go to grade things after you submit it. So I'll keep checking notebooks to make sure to see if you got it done. If you wanted under assignments, I'm going to create one on your page. It will have an assigned assignment. You would click it, and then you would just press submit, so I know you've got it done. Hopefully this helps. I hope this is kind of clarifying. It's a little rough to show.